The Renault Triber came with a lot of firsts when it was launched and redefined what a practical and modular car can be. The only thing missing was the option of an automatic gearbox, but now it's here. This is the Renault Triber AMT. Now, will the inclusion of an AMT gearbox make this car an automatic choice? Let's find out. Now, since the biggest change here is the AMT, let's start with that. Now, in order to keep costs down, Renault has gone with an AMT transmission and not the higher spec CVT gearbox, which you also see in the Renault Duster. Powering the Triber AMT is the same 1-litre naturally aspirated 3-cylinder engine, which makes 72 bhp and 96 Nm of torque. Now, these aren't the best specs for a car with 7 seats. But even then, the Triber has been tuned decently well for city use. The power is enough for city commuting and crawling through traffic with a full load of passengers. And even with the AMT, that hasn't changed. Acceleration is enough to keep up with the traffic easily, and head shake isn't too bad. Once you figure out how to work through the typical AMT lag, the engine feels decently responsive. It's only when you want to hurry up things that the Triber feels a little out of its element. It just does not have enough grunt to overtake without planning, and quick overtakes is a tiresome affair, and the AMT just makes it a wee bit more difficult unless you shift to Tiptronic mode. Let's hope Renault plonks in that turbo real soon. The Triber AMT is made as a city runabout, and it makes no bones about it. It's at its happiest best ferrying families in the city, and that it does without breaking a sweat. As a people mover, one expects the Triber to ride well, and it does. As far as ride and handling goes, Renault has reached a good compromise with the Triber. No matter which row you are seated in, the ride remains supple. It doesn't wallow or crash into sharp bumps, and it doesn't feel brittle or loose on poorly surfaced roads either. The steering could be a tad quicker, but it's light and that helps in the city. Chuck it into a corner and there is body roll, but it isn't unnerving or exaggerated. Now let's talk about the Triber's interiors. The interiors remain unchanged, and that's really not a bad thing at all. The dash is well laid out and one of the most practical ones out there. You get a fancy looking instrumentation and a detailed driver information system. But the real deal here is the modular seating. The middle seats slide and adjust for recline, and the last row can be completely removed and stored away. Passenger and luggage flexibility is the Triber's middle name. There's plenty of features too. The top spec Triber RXZ continues to get 4 airbags, a rear camera, a rear defogger and wiper. You also get AC vents for the second and third row, 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There's also a cool glove box, keyless entry and start, electric outside rear view mirrors and more. One of the strong points of the Renault Triber has always been the way it looks, and that still holds true. The Triber's design is a cross between an MPV and an SUV. So it has the butch details like the muscular scoop on the bonnet, the skid plates at the front and rear, and the body cladding. The side profile gives away its MPV-ish intentions, but even then it's designed rather well with flared wheel arches and a rather heavy shoulder line that extends from the A-pillar all the way to the wraparound tail lamps. Prices for the Renault Triber AMT variant start at Rs 6.18 lakhs and goes up to 7.22 lakhs for this top-of-the-line RXZ variant. Now, the prices are roughly around 40,000 more than their manual counterparts. Now, the Triber was already very good value thanks to all the features and the modular seating options. And now with this automatic option, it's right up there on the convenient front too. spacious, modular and convenient. Now all we need is that turbocharged heart.